So grew up in Albany, Oregon, graduated in 1964 from high school. We either went in the military or went to school after high school. Vietnam was just starting. Everybody was kind of hoping that would be done by the time we got out of college. And so I went to Oregon State, and about 2 weeks after I graduated, I got my draft notice. At that time, I had a number of close friends that were in Vietnam, so I just opted to join the Navy. Boot camp in San Diego, then went to school in Pensacola, Florida for 6 months. The rating was a CT, it was communication technician, and it was with the Naval Security Group. So we had to have a top secret security clearance to go to school there. So I was assigned to the Enterprise, USS Enterprise, the only nuclear aircraft carrier at that time. And we did some trial runs down to San Diego and back, and then mid-September we headed over to Vietnam. So this is a newspaper that my parents saved for me. It was dated September 13, 1972. And it shows a picture of the Enterprise, the USS Enterprise, which I was on. And we were headed for Vietnam, going under the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. And there's a demonstrator boat trying to stop us with "Stop the Bombing" written across the boat. The thing that fascinated me was watching flight ops. And you could go up on an observation deck. It was actually 13 stories up. And you could watch operations from there. So probably every night for like a month, I would go up after dinner and watch flight ops. It was such an experience to be on something like that. There were 5,500 men, 100 airplanes we carried on the ship. I mean, it's just gigantic because there's a big storage underneath the flight deck where all the planes are. And then when they're ready to fly, then they've got an elevator that brings the plane up. They maneuver it, get it ready, and off they go. And the same way landing, they come in and they'll drop them down into the bay. I was reclassified from my CT rating to a personnelman, so I worked in an office down in the middle of the ship. The bottom was a 7-day-a-week job. We were generally out 4 weeks at a time. Coming home, it kind of hurt because people are yelling at you, calling you names. And we were just kids, we were just young people doing what we were told to do and thought was right. I had an instance probably, 4 or 5 years ago. My wife and I were going to see our son in Portland, and we stopped at Sandy, Oregon, and at Fred Meyer, and it was Memorial Weekend, and they were giving out the poppies, and one of the ladies asked me if I was a veteran, and I said yes. She says, "Were you in Vietnam?" And I said yes, and she says, "Well, welcome home." And I teared up a little bit because nobody had ever said that. And sorry. It was, I couldn't believe that after 45, 50 years that it still felt like that when she said that.